Hey guys, I'm here with Jess today. How are you, Jess?
Good.
How's the sesh?
Hard today.
Always harder.
Yeah, but
Cool.
good.
So just a quick introduction. I know you've been with us for about 2 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I just had a look,
wow.
and it was like, yeah, I think just over 2 years
Oh, that's awesome.
combined. So that's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
nice.
How's it been going so far?
Yeah, really good. It's especially in the last, I'd say, 6 months, I've really knuckled into my training and made some changes in my life to prioritize training and kind of try my best to make it a non-negotiable in my day. And yeah, I've hit so many PBs, so many new skills in that time when I've just, really dedicated myself to to training.
It's been really good. I've noticed you've absolutely crushed it in the last 6 months.
Yeah,
Been on fire.
it feels really good.
Yeah.
Hitting some of the things when I joined 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I said, I just really want to be able to do that, and now I'm finally ticking them off.
That's awesome. So good. And how did you feel before you joined Movida?
So now actually, thinking about it, it definitely has been about 2 years, because I remember it was coming out of lockdown, 2020.
Yeah.
I'd been trying to keep fit at home. I was still working a lot. I was working in an industry that was really, really busy.
Yeah.
Didn't have a good work-life balance. And I remember trying a more traditional gym. I'd worked out, before that at traditional gyms and stuff before. And I tried to get back into it when the gyms reopened, and I just was so bored. And I can't actually remember how I found Movida, but I was so glad I did. And from the second I walked in, I knew, this is the type of training for me. It is always high energy, different, learning new stuff. And yeah, the community and the vibe of the place is awesome.
So good. 2 years later, here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
And were you worried about anything before you joined?
Definitely. Hang on, my chair's going down.
The hydraulics is
so I was definitely a little bit anxious coming into a CrossFit gym. I think you hear a lot about CrossFit, and you see athletes, or you see some of the moves and workouts that we do here, and you just think, I could never do that. I remember I still sometimes look at the workout for the day, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do that. Come on. But by the end of it, you always scale it down to something that you can do. And every single time I surprise myself. So I think that was the same from the get-go. I'd walk in a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious, but that kind of went away pretty quick when you get to know friends here, you get to know people at the same level, people a little bit higher than you that like to push you, that sort of thing.
That's awesome. And was there a moment for you where you realised okay, Movida's my place?
Yeah, definitely. I took a little bit of time off in that 2 years for a couple of months. Just, life got a bit crazy. I had a bit of an injury, and I remember kind of getting to a point where I wasn't feeling like myself anymore. I had no motivation. I developed really unhealthy kind of habits, and it just having had been a member here prior, and then having, I think it was about 3 months off, it just got to a point where I'm like, I want to go back. I miss this. I miss the people. I miss the energy. I miss the feeling of training. And I came back about 6 months ago, and I've been coming pretty much every day since.
Did that little break, did that sort of give you that realisation that, okay, I have to train, I have to have this in my life?
I think it gave me the clarity of how good it makes me feel, how confident it makes me feel, how it translates into my everyday life, work, social life, just doing things out, whether I want to go for a surf or run, just catch up and do something active with my friends. I just feel so confident, strong, and just healthy. And especially with managing work life and stress and that sort of stuff, the days, the long shifts and days I have at work when I've trained in the morning, or when I train around my week, are so different to when I've taken a couple of days off for the gym and from the gym, and I just feel tired, sluggish, down. It just changes my whole perspective on my day and my week.
So cool. It's so cool to see how it spills into your life, hey? That's so cool.
Yeah. It's not just and that's the thing that I love about Movida versus a traditional gym, is it's not everyone wants to look and feel great, but it's not all about aesthetics and looks. It's really changed my mindset of training about looking a certain way or wanting to fit a certain size into wanting to perform at a higher level, wanting to unlock new skills and be stronger within myself. It's had a really healthy mindset shift for me about just training to be a certain physique
Yeah.
or a certain size or something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's so powerful.
yeah, it's
Love
really
that.
cool, really cool.
And what have you achieved so far?
So this week actually was really exciting. I got my first kind of consecutive pull-ups. Oh no, you had.
I'm not very good at it.
I got my first one like maybe a month ago, and I could do like one at a time, and that's been like something that I
So
have
good.
wanted to do for ages. And I think I got 4 or 5 in a row the other day,
Wow.
and I was stoked.
That's unreal.
I did my first rope climb, I think, last month, which is again something that I wanted. Like, I'm just like, I want to be able to climb that rope, so I was excited about that. Yeah, and just my weightlifting as well. Like, I've always been really good at the cardio side of things,
Yeah.
but weights have not been my strong point. And I think now I'm taking care of, like I've just started making a shift in my everyday lifestyle to be more healthy, to try and eat better, sleep better, not party and drink as much. Like I go running on the weekends and stuff now. And yeah, like just making those healthy habits. Like my lifting's just going up and up, and yeah, it's feeling really good.
I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I can see the excitement on your face just from achieving it. You're like, yes.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it.
like literally, like I feel like every week at the moment I'm walking out being like, oh my gosh, I just can't believe I just did that.
It's so good, especially from like when you start. You look at that stuff and you're like, I can't. I'm climbing a rope, but now when you do it, you're like, I can do it.
Well, even 6 months ago when I joined back up after a little break, I had lost so much weight, and I'd pick up the 15-kilo bar and I could barely even put that above my head. I couldn't even pick it off the wall at that point. And yeah, to see what I'm lifting now, especially like strict press and stuff like that, is I like get really excited.
I love that.
Yeah.
And last question, Jess, what would you say to someone who might be apprehensive about joining CrossFit? What would you say to them?
I think I'd say to them, just to do it, like just to come in and give it a go. It can be scary at first. Some of the people that you train alongside here are athletes.
Yeah.
Some of them have never been in a gym before. Some are young, old, everywhere in between.
Yeah.
But there's always going to be someone here that is at your level or around your level, and everyone is so friendly and literally like a family. Like I'm planning to hang out with some of the people here on the weekend. Like we talk every day, we push ourselves, we train together. Like it's really cool. So yeah, just join. You'll get so much more than just a healthy lifestyle from maybe that.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for sharing your story, Jess. I loved hearing that. That was really cool.
No worries.
2 years in, and it's exciting times because there's still so much to do, right?
Yeah,
So,
you're always chasing goals in CrossFit. There's a lot to tick off, but we're getting there.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
Sure.
Thank you.